I am called ABIKO-C, chairperson for Little Person ARUA. That is, I call ARUA because I don't want to mention district or city because it is Great ARUA, where all persons with the short stature are united, they are working together as a group or as an association. I'm the chairperson. Particularly me, I am formally employed with the ARUA district local government. I work as a secretary. It's now around the 24th year for me to be in the service. I'm grateful, I'm proud that ARUA district local government is a local government who really works with inclusiveness. Thank you.
What were the particular things you know about little persons? Many people don't understand their characteristics and existence.
It is true, our little persons. What do I mean by little persons? These are short stature people or women or men in a community who are created by God. They are just in a, their deformation is like in a style which is created by God. But they are among the persons with disability. They have all that inferiority to come openly to say that I'm here, I'm like this and that. They are always pressed, even in the community, even in the family members, they always press them there. Even for them to go to school is a little bit sometimes difficult because people look at them, they say, others sympathize, others have empathy, others just laugh. Because of all those stigma, you get them now hiding themselves. They don't want to come up in a community, even in school, in any other gathering. They usually, you get them, you will see them, you want to approach them to see who they are. You want to introduce them, to introduce yourself to them. They always ignore, unless they get a colleague like me. When I talk to them myself, they can come up. That's why we are trying to build up. At first, when I come on to the board of persons with disability, I came as a physical. I was alone. I could get these people, but approaching them, they get angered. Their parents were just hiding them at the homes. To bring them up has been a tug of war, and up to now, I'm still struggling. The number which has already come out, whom we at least together there are only 6 women and 3 men, totaling to 9 people who have already come up, and at least they can interact with the community, with us. But our number is greater than that.
Tell us a little, how were you able to make it up to, okay, tell us the level you completed to the level you're working now. Who was your success story in your family?
My dear, it is terrible. The success story in my lifestyle, where I am now, the first success story is my mom. I lost my father when I was in P6, but my mom is somebody who didn't go to school, but she loves school. She is not even a working person, she is just a committed mother who only sacrificed all what she has for my education. And I also struggle for my education myself because I could not sign up. Going to school, some people will laugh at you. When you are reaching the compound, they will start, hey, children will laugh, they run after you, they want to touch you, whether you are to feel that you are also a human being like them. Just because of that, I was confident. Even if people were laughing at me, I struggled with raising up my school fees with my mom, and commitment of saying I love school made me to finish the school without school fees, because I was stuck. When I reached now to the institution of secretarial, there was no school fees, but the school administration also picked interest in me. They decided to offer the services for me to finish my studies at the certificate level without any cost. But
that was after completing senior 4?
Yes.
what challenge lies ahead of you in mobilizing these little persons so that they can be in a group, organized, and also be able to demand what is due to them from government?
The challenge is now the sensitization, to sensitize the parents of this little person, to really bring them for me up is a challenge. I don't have access to sensitize them, to reach to them. I may hear that somebody is their little person in Iterego. I don't have transport to reach there. I may have somebody, but when I say so and so, when you are there, please talk to these people, let them come up, we have a meeting, we have come together. They'll say, where is the transport? Because we are now Greater ARUA, I cannot form this organization only in the city or in ARUA district alone. And wanted it, all of us to come together. Transport-wise, funds is a difficult. Sensors, also the movement, also our movement, we have challenges in movement. We cannot move a distance. We always move on transport, the border, whatever you, but doesn't stop us to continuously lobby from any other person who is hearing this message to really bring in for me the names or the person of such status. Please come up and look for me, who I'm working with the road district in community services, to identify your child or your relative or your friend whom you have seen is a short stature or a little person to me.
As part of the government, do you think the district is doing enough to allocate budget for persons with disabilities?
He is trying, but it is not only the district. National-wise, all the budget allocated for persons with disabilities is always the least. But we are still lobbying, continuously trying to lobby in order to increase the budget for persons with disabilities. But they are trying, the budget is always there, but it will never be enough. It is there.
For ARUA, for example, how much do you receive in a financial year or in a quarter?
That one is bestly answered by the CD or the community development officer who is in charge of persons with disabilities, because I don't see.
How is this orientation or training going to change the understanding of the community, or even you and to reach out to more who are out there?
It is going to help because it has opened my mind in order to advocate more to the partners or to the community to support me to bring up these persons with the short status or women with little persons to come up and know their rights and do what is at least good for their life.
In terms of violence, GBV, but also sexual violence, what is their plight like?
Wow, those are the challenges we always face. As they look at us, somebody who is just, who cannot say no for sex. Men always abuse us sexually, but this knowledge is going to guide us, it's going to protect us, and to empower us to say that no to unusual sexual violences or GBV cases, so that we can also be control of our lives or of our body.
Maybe what makes women with disability more vulnerable to these forms of violence?
Yeah, what makes them is, one is fear of reporting, stigma, lack of education. They are there, they don't have the knowledge that such things is also bad, because they are always protected by their relatives, by the community, by the families. They don't have access to express their rights. They don't know about their rights. Now, when a man has approached them anyhow, they will just go into those things, not knowing that this is a sexual abuse.
Okay. Yeah. What has to be done to get the women out of that
We need to continuously sensitize and empower and give knowledge about their rights. The women with disabilities have to come up to know their rights and to control their bodies. They should not be used as an object. They are also human beings like us. They need to continuously sensitization by the community, the parents, and they themselves. They should also deny themselves of saying that they are disabled, they are like this, they cannot do this. That stigma should go out should really be brainstormed out of their brain or their mind, so that they can have confidence that the disability is not inevitable. They should control their lifestyle. They should avoid these GBV cases. They should have the knowledge about their rights. They should run out or to say that for me I'm like this, I'm doing this because I'm disabled. Should not be there. They should be, they are able. They can do whatever the other people can also do when they have the knowledge. But when they don't have the knowledge, they will continue to sigh out. When we don't empower them, they can't make a decision, because when they want to make a decision on property, on another thing, they always suppress. The community or the parents suppress them not to give, their decisions are not taken up. But when the decision is taken up, it's the opportunity is given to them to air out their decisions. They can do that thing. The oppressing of them not to do this. You want to do something like this, they oppress you. You want to get married, you cannot, you will not live. You can, who will marry you? You cannot do, what type of woman will you get? You as a man with a disability, a woman with those suppressing issues are the one making the women not to own or not to come up freely with this. Let them be empowered. Let's empower the women or the persons with disabilities with their rights, with all other issues, so that they can be able to do all what the other able-bodied are doing.
Continue.